inside Campagnolo. Check this out. This case has got all the valuables in it. Notice it's got a lid. I've just been told we can't open it because the alarm goes off. This stuff is so cool. This is from the history of Campagnolo right here.
All right, everybody, it's a huge honor to be the guest of Campagnolo today. We've got Josh Riddle, the global press manager for the brand. And Josh, it's really kind of a lifelong realization to be here for me. I mean, 40 years ago, I was 10 years old, and the Campagnolo brand was like the first thing I think in my life that I associated with high value. I wanted it more than anything else that I could think of in the world, more than a Ferrari, more than anything else. I mean, what's it like to be here on the ground with Campy, building and maintaining and everything involved with the brand?
Well, I think you feel like you're riding on cloud nine, if you will, working here kind of at the epicenter of all things cycling, for lack of a better way to put it. We're producing people's cycling dreams, if you will, and it's pretty special. I think one quick anecdote, it's fun to mention that on my desktop in the computer, because I also do social media, I've got a file with over 85 different photos of people who've sent me in images of their Campagnolo tattoos. There's very few brands I can say that they've got a following that's willing to permanently mark their skin around Campagnolo.
So Josh, I come all the way from North Carolina to Campagnolo to meet another North Carolinian.
There you go.
So where were you born?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
And mom and dad are from West Jefferson?
West Jefferson, my dad, and my mom's from Sparta.
Sparta?
On the Blue Ridge Parkway.
That is so cool. So I guess you like barbecue. Do you get barbecue around here anywhere?
That's one thing I can't get a hold of here. But I'm trying to teach my wife how to make biscuits and gravy.
Your wife's Italian?
She's Italian, from southern Italy, from Molise.
The funny thing is your English accent has almost become a proper English accent, listening to you talk.
Until mom and dad call me.
Yeah.
And then it comes back.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you have in store for us? Are we going to see something here at Campy, or are we going to...
Well, to be honest, Campagnolo, the factory, which is the only factory in the Western world that you can tour, because if you wanted to see anything from anyone else that makes components and wheels, you'd have to take a few plane flights. But Campagnolo, even though it is in the Western world, it has always been somewhat like the Forbidden City. It wasn't allowed by the direction or the ownership to let anyone get inside. A lot because of intellectual property rights and what have you. You don't want to let these secrets get out. But before, up until 2 or 3 years ago, the only people that would have been in, not even OEM customers or anything like that, maybe one journalist.
So we wouldn't have had this chance a few years ago.
No.
Wow, our time.
But I think we finally come to the realization that it's an asset to show people that we are actually making everything under one roof. Campagnolo doesn't outsource. Raw material comes in, finished product goes out. I think that's a spectacle to behold. I mean, it's a feather in Campagnolo's cap. It's definitely bucking the current trend of outsourcing everything, yeah?
Yeah. And manufacturing that we understand in North Carolina, we manufacture our own, and we really respect companies that do that, especially the footprint locally that the local suppliers, boxes and raw materials. That's incredible. Okay. Now, one thing that you did say, that this case behind us was handmade here in Italy, and they used to use these in the trade shows.
Yeah,
right?
So before, when you went to a show like Eurobike or what have you, any trade show, nowadays you see the big, plastic monstrosities.
Yes.
To use a negative term. But if you'd have gone 50 years ago, you'd have seen Tullio Campagnolo in the Milan show, and you'd have been surrounded by these handmade wooden cases that displayed things just like jewelry, which for most of us in the cycling world they are. But just the time it took to make something like this, it's kind of a good metaphor for what Campagnolo represents, no?
Yeah.
You're taking an extra time to make something beautiful that lasts.
Yes.
We make things. The difference between an Italian product and something else maybe is the fact that you want to go that extra mile to make it beautiful. Tullio Campagnolo invented the very first quick release, yeah?
Yes.
While he was in a race in near Feltre, Croce Down. He was winning the race, it was snowing. Back then, in those days, there were butterfly nuts to take your rear wheel off. Got a flat tire, stopped, still winning the race. Had time to continue winning after changing his tire, what have you, but with the cold, the metal had expanded and he cut his hand, he couldn't get the butterfly nuts off. Really upset, lost the race, comes home to his parents' tool shop and says, something's got to change out back. Qualcosa deve cambiare da brio, in Veneto dialect. And he works for weeks and weeks to make the very first quick release, but it only needed to function for him. So there was no reason to make it beautiful. It needed to just work. But he spent extra weeks to make it beautiful, rounded shapes, just, a fully, something he could have sold right then and there because he took that extra time to make it beautiful. So beautiful functionality is what makes an Italian product Italian, I think.
Well, thanks for having us. We're looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Happy to have you guys over.
All right, well, we've finished our tour of Campagnola. Thanks to Josh Riddle. Josh, that was incredible. Thank you so much. You've been a great host for us here, and I gotta say, I'm a bigger fan of Campy than when I showed up.
Oh yeah, and Josh, seriously, I mean the love and the passion that's going on, the innovation, the secrets, it's incredible. We're really we're touched by this incredible opportunity. So thanks for having us.
We're really glad to show you two guys around the factory, show you kind of where everything goes down here in Campagnolo. Glad you guys have a better appreciation for what we do. I would have liked to have been able to show the public at home more, but you can see on the sign.
Yeah, there's everything must come to an end.
I'd like to keep my job, so we can't show you guys everything.
Yeah, well, thanks so much.
Thank you guys.
Thanks. Oh, no, not you. Let's redo.
So how cool was that?
That was such a good day.
That was a lot of fun. I never would have thought in my whole life that I'd be visiting Campagnolo or touring Campagnolo. I just never really occurred to me to go do that.
Well, Paul, what I found was the Italian people in the manufacturing sector are so proud. They're proud of what they do. That's why Italian manufactured products were always a premium.
Wasn't it amazing how many of the little pieces are everything is manufactured right there? The chain, how much goes into the chain links.
Paul, they're taking the chain link and making it hollow. They're drilling it out or whatever. Their premium chain link is hollow. Amazing.
The inspections everything has to go through.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is that they have to build their own machinery to make their own products.
So when their machinery breaks down, they take it to their machine shop and they fix it. But they've also made the machinery that they're making products on. Yeah.
And to build the finest components, they use the finest components. So when they build their own machinery, they're actually using Campagnolo components in the machinery, like for the pulleys and stuff.
Yeah, the pulleys were hubs.
So that was a huge honor to be invited in to see something that just up until a few years ago, no one was even allowed back there.
That's right, and with modern times and technology, they've opened up the Iron Curtain, so to speak, and now they allow people in, but not with cameras, of course.
Right.
We saw a lot of trade secrets today, and they're safe with us. Don't worry, Josh, with Campy.
So I can say without reservation that I am a bigger Campagnolo fan than I was before I visited, which I didn't know was possible, but I'm certain of that.
I will also say the same, and I'm going to have to refresh my Gruppos on my bikes.
Me too. I'm going with the new 12-speed.
Yeah, I'm going to go electronic.
Isn't the 12-speed electronic?
Yeah, I guess you can get
I
either
would do
way,
that.
but I'm going electronic.
So I think that everyone in the cycling industry is somehow a fan of Campagnolo, even if you ride Shimano or whatever brand. Even the people who work at those brands have so much respect for what Campagnolo has done throughout history. Oh, and one more really cool thing. Here's another little tidbit that I wanted to include. The anvil that Tullio Campagnolo used to make the very first quick release. We saw it, and it's not in a museum. It's sitting on this old wooden block, and it's still in use.
Absolutely amazing.
And that really kind of personifies what Campagnolo is all about. Something beautiful that is enduring and long-lasting. That's how I think of it.
Speaking of that, Paul, we're driving from Italy through the Alps. We just came up by Lake Como, and we're now in Switzerland going through the Alps sections. Long-lasting and beautiful. Maybe this is where the inspiration came. When Tullio did invent that first skewer, it was because his his back tire had a flat, and he went to change it, and he figured out he needed a faster way to change his tire,
Yeah.
so he invented the quick
It
release.
was innovation, but if I had to think of one word leaving Campagnolo, it'd be engineering.
Yeah, and it's like an engineering mecca with passion for the bicycle.
So
yeah.
thanks so much, Josh Riddle and Campagnolo, for having us. That was a day we'll never forget.
Yeah, and Josh, when you're in North Carolina, you've got to come back, and we're gonna get some barbecue there up there in
All right.
Hildebrand.
That's it for this episode of the DeFeet World. Don't forget to smash the likes. Thanks, everybody.
Over and out.